Привет, я Алексей Гусев, и с вами Геометрия. Сегодня в Москве в баре «Прожектор» кумир миллионов Элайджа Вуд будет блистать не только своими актерскими талантами, а покажет себя как диджей. Барышни, как обычно, увлечены виртуальным миром. Что вы смотрите? Геометрию?
Мы смотрим геометрию и Инстаграм.
Замечательно. Что вы ждете от сегодняшнего мероприятия?
Что это станет лучшей вечеринкой для друзей в 2013 году.
Вы любите Элайджа Вуда?
Конечно, его фильмы. И на самом деле недавно мы узнали, что он и творческий диджей. Сегодня будем танцевать и слушать музыку.
Вы готовы танцевать?
Да, конечно.
Что вы ждете от сегодняшнего вечера?
Я думаю, что сегодня будет очень жарко, поэтому я охлаждаюсь немного.
Замечательно. Вы уже слышали, как Элайджа Вуд умеет работать за пультом?
Нет, к сожалению, нет. Хотя сам диджей, но нет, не слышал. Будет для меня открытие.
О, я думаю, будет очень весело. Ждем Элайджу, конечно, в первую очередь, хорошей музыки и позитива.
Вы будете смотреть или танцевать, или и то, и другое?
Я надеюсь, будет хороший сет, и он зажжет.
The Friday before my birthday, I had friends over at my house and had a party at my house. He DJ'd. It was awesome. It was really good.
At a discounted rate, too.
Friend rate. Thanks, man. Thanks,
bro rate.
I've been so lucky to work with so many different directors, so many talented directors. It's been a real gift to see so many different, be privy to so many different directing styles, and it sort of feels like I've been going to school. So now I would love to. I love making movies from all aspects, so it's something that I definitely imagine doing. I don't know that I have a specific kind of movie in mind. I sort of feel like it will make itself apparent to me when it feels right, I think Smile by the Beach Boys would be a pretty awesome soundtrack to someone's life. Or a film in general? That's a really difficult question, because the problem is that I'm asking to sort of clarify specifics when it comes to music becomes really complicated, because I love so many different kinds of music, and it's a pretty massive library, so the idea of trying to distill that down, I'd have to give that a lot more thought, I think. It's escape, it's expression, it's emotional connection, it's a conduit for connecting with other people, it's a marker of time and experience. It's so it encapsulates kind of everything, It's like a heartbeat.
He got a drum kit for Christmas.
That's the new thing.
That's a new thing.
I'm learning how to play drums. It all kind of happened. Look, it's really just it's just the logical progression from being a fan of music. The idea of just taking what I already spent a lot of time doing on my own and applying it to a space in which I can just play it at a very loud volume for other people. And the way it all kind of came together is I had a chance encounter with a CD mixer, and I had some CDs, and we became fast friends. And kind of after that, it was just really a way for me to, because I don't play an instrument, it was a way for me to express my love of music in a way that sort of is effectively playing it for other people, which I found to be a very gratifying experience. So I just did it for fun. I would do it, you know, for like friends' parties or, you know, friends' bars, and then I started to realize that people started taking me seriously when it was just a hobby. So then I started taking it seriously.
I love any situation where nobody tells us what to play. And sometimes it's really nice to do mellow parties. Like I love doing like dinner parties where you can really stretch out musically. But on the other hand, I love like huge ragers too, where everybody's just going crazy. And like the perfect night for me is a good money-paying dinner party. And then an after party that's like Renegade style that we can just go, like get totally loose. But just like Elijah was saying, like it's a heartbeat, and it's always going to be different. And it's really fun to find what each room and situation needs.
Totally. And the key to what he's saying too is just the space, which it can be all those things.
Yeah. Space dictates sound.
It does, and also just the freedom to be able to play what you want to play.
Yeah,
you know,
which is weird sometimes, because that's why I love DJing with Elijah, because we keep each other in check. Like sometimes I'll be DJing for like 5 hours by myself, and I'll realize that I'm getting like so bizarre, and I forget that everybody else is hearing this. Like,
yeah, he's in the twilight zone, and everyone's like, "Wait, where'd you go?"
We don't talk much, as a rule of thumb.
Just quarrel.
We have very similar marks of quality, I think. Like we like all genres, and we seem to gravitate towards a similar aesthetic even across all the genres. And we just listen to each other, pay attention to the room, and there's probably a bit of good competition.
Yeah, healthy.
It's a healthy competition to be
inspire the other person.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if he throws a record down, that's an inspiration for me. It's a challenge. Like, fuck, I gotta follow that. That record's rad. I need to find something that's as good, if not better. And it's constantly back and forth. And sometimes, like, the 1-for-1 is a blast. Like, if we can get a groove going with the 1-for-1, it's amazing. But occasionally we'll do like threes. So he'll do a set of threes, I'll do a set of threes, so you can kind of find a groove that way. And then once a groove is established, it's nice to jump into one for one towards the end of the night.
But it's cool. It's like listening to each other, listening to the room.
It's listening. That's the fucking
listening.
thing. That's the key.
Yeah.
Which is actually a fucking key for life. And it's the same for acting, not to fucking make the comparison.
I think
it is so the truth. I mean, I think any character that is, you know, three-dimensional, that experiences conflict is interesting to me, and I think that those are always the more challenging roles to play. I mean, trying to make a character like the character in Maniac believable is challenging, especially because we're so used to seeing psychopaths in a sort of cliched way, and I think for me the challenge with playing a role like that was to try and strip it of cliche so that it felt as real as possible. So that was certainly challenging. But I think I'm always just looking for roles that are multidimensional, and conflict provides a lot to work with. I don't know. It's because I never know. I have no concept of what's coming next, which I love. You know, there's really no strategy to how I progress forward. I don't think a year in advance. I'm a sort of a slave to what's available, and and to what I feel something for, and there's a variety of reasons for what can make me feel strongly about wanting to be a part of something. But the guiding principle is always to look for something that can be both artistically fulfilling and challenging, and can be different from something I've done in the past. You know, my favorite, the careers that I sort of emulate or I admire are ones that are multidimensional and I suppose unpredictable, you know, kind of chameleons, because I'd like to try a lot of different things, and I would hate to be stuck doing one kind of thing, you know. And that goes for everything outside of acting as well.